Okay, so okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our first lesson. First lesson on strategic leadership. It's a unit 2, a new syllabus for OTHM level 7, Diploma in Strategic Management and Leadership. So my name Anjum Satar, and you can call me Anjum Satar, whatever convenient, easy for you. It's my email address. Please, if you need me, just drop the email. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'm working with UK Versity last approximately 4 years now. I'm teaching University of Bradford, Arden University, and used to be University of Hull as well. And currently I'm doing other roles like assessing roles. My background, I'm partly qualified is CA, MA in International Business Management, MBA, MSc in Marketing, PGC, and I'm doing PhD as well now. So all this my background. I work in logistic, I work in sales, I work in HR, and so I'm trying to be embed, different example in my lesson. So please, if you not get me, please ask me. I'll try my best to meet your expectation. So that's all about from my side. So please, can we quick, a bit short introduction, where you from and what you do, so we can relate our discussion. Hello, yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm Talal from Saudi Arabia. I work in a private company.
Brilliant. Well done. So nice to meet you. So please, if any question, feel free ask me.
Yeah.
And hope so I'll go through all these things, which we're supposed to. So LO1, before starting this module, is good to know what we're supposed to learn and how many LOs learning outcome which we're supposed to address. So we're doing level 7, which is a mandatory module, strategic leadership. It's a 20 credit unit. We're supposed to be spend around 100 hours to be clearly implement all these theories. Of course, maybe we're not delivering 100 hours, but you just, of course, your previous experience, your previous study, if you have experience in those. So if you embed those examples, which is absolutely fine if we are developing our good understanding about. So we have first learning outcome, understand principal concept differences and approaches to contemporary leadership, which will go through what is meant by leaders, what sort of leadership style we have. We look, the current leadership style, various leaders, what sort of the leadership style those they have. So understand how leadership influence individual and team. Will discuss team roles, leader and leaders role in a team building, and how we can approaches to team building. Understand the impact of leadership on organization performance. Understand ethical decision making and organizational value. All we'll discuss. And we have 4 learning outcomes, so our discussion will be focused each learning outcome in each lesson. So please, inductive content, when we'll do assignment, what we're supposed to do and what we're supposed to learn. Definition of leadership, range of organization context, which will go through competitive advantage, what is meant by, and strategic leadership. We'll go through leadership approaches, styles. So different leaders have a different and different approaches we can use. So strategic management, what is meant by, what groups and team, what is the difference between team and group of people, and we'll go through McKinsey 7S approach, various other approaches as well. EFQ is a European framework on quality management, which we'll discuss during these lessons. And we'll go through UNO global impact on ethical leadership. Is a lot of discussion about ethics and leadership, and sustainable development and sustainability. So all these discussion will be focused in our lessons on these key concepts and key topics. So, and some recommended books and journal articles, but I'll recommend you as well, and we'll upload, a lot of different sort of books and journal articles. Those will help you to be developing further understanding. So please feel free if you have any question and ask me. I'll get back to you. If you're just listening this recording, so please just go through inductive content LO1 and try to be just do a bit background reading. If you have any question, ask me. So we'll start. Okay. So LO1 is understand the principles, concept, differences, and different approaches, and we'll go through contemporary leadership. So what's come your mind? What is the difference between leadership and management? Leaders and managers. Is there any difference? Anybody? What is the key difference between leaders and managers? Yes, what do you think about leaders and managers? Is there any difference between leader? If we'll say somebody is a leader or somebody is a manager. Any thought? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. So key difference between leader and managers. Leader always influence. Leader have some vision, some values. Leader always influence people. Leaders always uh, guide. Leaders always give something new. Leader always leads people. But what about the managers? What the managers normally do? Managers just manage. So managers' job to manage, leaders' job to influence. So leaders always influential. So managers always manage and leaders always leads. So if do we know the definition of management? Anybody know the definition of management? What is meant by management? Management. Some people call management is a planning. Management is a controlling. Yes. Some say management is a organizing. Management is a leading. These are all the function of management. If you're a manager, staffing, of course we deal with the people, human being. So these are all the manager's role. So management, what are the management? Management job to create surplus. So management job to create a surplus. So in maths, 2 plus 2 makes, we know in maths 2 plus 2 equal to, we all know 2 plus 2 equal to 4, yes? But what do you think in management 2 plus 2? So in management we'll say 2 plus 2 makes 5. Yes, it's create many questions. Why? How we can make 2 plus 2 5? It means you use the less inputs. What is meant by inputs? It means resources. Always in business we need 3 M's. Anybody knows what 3 M's stand for? 3 M's. Manpower, human beings, money, and material. Material is mean all types of assets. Asset those required for business. So these are all inputs. So when we use effectively these as a team, so we can use less time, we can use less resources, and we can give more output. So as a manager, if you are a manager in an organization, your job to give us more output, to produce more. You use less resources. If you're a manager, if you're coming late, what will be happen? Productivity. It's mean if you're coming late, it mean your employees coming late, and it's a lot of setup time. If you're coming early and you set up the activity, and when workers come and they can start their work, ultimately the productivity of our organization will be more. So always we need to look around what is manager's role, what is the leader. So always, so management, you have to create an environment to achieve pre-selected objectives. So if you're a manager, you have to create an environment, effective environment where we can achieve our objective. Okay. Anybody, any question? Any question? We okay? Okay, please, if any question, carry on asking me. Okay, leadership. So what is definition about leaders? Various authors define what is meant by leaders and different definitions. Capacity of establish and directions. Anybody who gives a direction, anyone who influence, anyone who aligns others toward the common goal. So leaders in the country always aligns others toward the common aim, common objective. Leaders always motivate people, and leaders always commit them to actions, and leaders always make responsible for they are responsible for their performance. So leadership theory is one of the most discussed area in management. So different approaches to take the topic, and some will say, leaders are related the types of authorities. So according to Max Weber, is quite popular author. He gave different sort of theories. Always leaders, we need to look around those give the influence. Okay, what do you think? A lot of people think leaders always born. So with a lot of theories behind, they say no. Trade theories express the idea how the theories suggest the leadership is defined by action and behavior. Always leaders. So different when we look Obama, when we look the Donald Trump. So two different sort of the leadership style, two different visions of the way of thinking. So we need to look around the leadership, actions and behaviors rather than the by personalities. So maybe the wonderful is a look, is a height and weight, and the personality is quite nice, but the behavior of the leaders need to be effective as well. A lot of behavior theories show the research in this directions and related ideas. Leadership style is not fixed. So leadership style is not a fixed. Different theories say, some say you're autocratic, you're a democratic leader. But the leadership style and the behavior can be. Good leaders always change according to different situations. It's not consistent leadership. Depends, Explore in contingency and situational. Okay, please check your voice. I'll check from my end. Can you hear me now? Okay. So, hello. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now? Okay, so next hello, can you hear me? I can hear you. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Hello. Okay, sorry, I think so. Okay, so next, we're looking the branch of the research that explain the relationship between leaders and the followers. So that's, hello? Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, great. I don't know what's the problem with the technology. Okay, so next now, we're looking now. So leadership. So we discussing what is the key difference between leaders. So leadership and management. What make good leaders are good managers. So let's will many or some who can inspire and get most from their staff. There are the many qualities they need to be carry on coming. So why there are the many qualities we need to be able to think creatively, to provide a vision for the companies and solve problems. So leaders always creative. If somebody is a creative, we can say the leader. Be calm under pressure. So leaders always calm. Leaders don't really in front of the public or argue. They positive discussion, always healthy discussion. Leaders possess excellent two-ways communication skill. So if a leaders it need to be good communication skill, have the desire to achieve the great thing. Always leaders great things. Manager just manage routine work, but the leaders always need a good communication, great things. They always desire to achieve the great. They always desire to be look at the country outside, look and in the world map. So be well informed and the knowledgeable. Leaders always knowledgeable. They have a politics, geopolitics, always they have a knowledge about. Possess and the air of authority. They have authority to make the decisions. Okay. Do you have to be born with the correct quality or can you thought to be a good leader? It is most likely the well-known leaders are the managers are successful due to the combination of personal characteristic and good training. So managers deal with their employees in different ways, and some can be strict with their employees to complete control, and some can be. Okay, so what do you think? What sort of the leadership style is best? Is it always democratic style is best? What your thought? Yes, it's no doubt democratic style is best, but it's not meant by always we supposed to be a democratic style. It depends upon different cultures we need to learn about and we need to adopt the leadership style accordingly. So leaders always choose the leadership style according to where they operate, not the constant. Leaders always, that's why there's a lot of discussion. The leaders need to be U-turn. Sometimes leaders according to situation they change the priorities. Okay. Then next we have a lot of discussion about management, performance management. Leaders play the key role in the So managers, they manage the performance and leaders lead it. Leaders provide the direction. Leaders can be influenced. So when we're looking the performance planning include employees and setting ongoing performance data gathering always is the manager's job to manage the performance, but leaders set the rules, leaders set the. So according to the Michael Porter, he suggests sustainable competitive advantage, lower the cost to the producers, adding the great value, greater benefits, sustainable competitive advantage. Companies, managers need to manage the performance. So if you're a manager in a company, you manage the performance. If you're a leader, you provide the directions to your managers. So that's we need to will think about how we can provide that directions for futures. So from experience developing their understanding and capability that allow them to drive out the cost, increase efficiency while still developing the product and the services that add value. We need to look around. So we need to add the value. We are all aware of what is meant by competitive advantage. Can you hear me now? Competitive advantage. Okay, competitive advantage is mean we have advantage over our competitors. It can be advantage about regarding the location. We can be advantage about the car. Advantage can be about the quality. So that's all we need, the competitive advantage in the world as a competitor. So leaders always want to be leads and the managers want to be managed. Okay, next we're looking some theories behind. So a lot of theories about management, effective management. So different, these are all the authors, those gave different motivational theories. The managers use them to achieve the organization objective. So if you're a leader as well, we need to be managed and we can adopt our style and different motivational theories we can use. So Maslow hierarchy of needs, a couple of you already learned. We need to identify the individual needs and we need to deal the people. So managers always manage the things. So Mayo is a Athon study, which is the journal electrical plant. He gave us theory. It's called the Ithon effect. So we have some hygiene factors. Some is those are not hygiene factors. Some are the motivators. So organization policies, organization procedures. It can be motivated toward that convince employees to achieve the organization objective. McGregor theory X and Y. McGregor said sometime we need to use the theory X is mean autocratic style and sometime we need to be use the democratic style. So that's we need to be. Various other authors gave different theories. So we'll just focus on McGregor a lot. Mayo, Maslow, Peter Drucker. People are convinced with the money. So this a key focus is the money. Next is the Likert scale. So saying according to we can look around different leadership style and we can adopt according to the Taylor. People are convinced with Taylor gave us theory. It's called management leadership style, and this theory McGregor, the key function of the leadership according to the McGregor theory, key function of leadership is motivate workers. So we need to be look around. If you're a leader, your job to be motivate workers. So you need to be make sure we'll motivate workers. How we can motivate? We can use different theories by offering them different sort of the benefits, to the our workers. So according to theory F, this managers believe that the worker dislike the work, inherently ambitiously, lazy, irresponsive, untrustworthy. That's the theory. So then theory why we need to be this managers believe that the workers enjoy work and money is only among many factors why they work. So we need to look around why workers are motivated, want to take responsibility. So if we'll give more responsibility to workers, they will be motivated and ultimately will help us to achieve. So if you're a manager, we need to learn these theory and we need to be applying our organization. So we can use the theory X and theory Y. These are the two approaches given by the McGregor. So that's we can use. Okay. Anybody, any question up to now? Can you hear me? Hello. So next now, we're looking contrast the main approaches of study leadership. So different approaches of leadership. Transformational leader, the leaders those transform the thing, transactional leadership style, situational leadership, the action leadership. So if we'll do a bit research on these, all the leadership style, so those are quite useful leadership style which we can use. So I'll quick give you some model on this, so we can use those. I will send you these slides as well, so we can go through. Hello. Okay, so hello, can next we're looking at transformational leaders. Transformational leaders is grew to burn in this concept in 1978. The concept is the transforming leadership. This describe how transforming leaders appeal to the followers, higher values and morale, and activate their higher order of needs, self-actualization, like according to the Maslow. So we need to look around the people, those are not on the basic needs at the height. We need to transform those at the lower lead so we can push them up to the higher. So leaders always transform the life of the people. So in the organization, we need to, that's called transformational leaders. And transactional, while can be one or the order are in between, so they not really look both in the leading them into the upper, but they try to be pick one thing and one transaction. So transaction is in accounts we use the concept is mean every action have some, one will call debit and one will call credit, that's a called transaction. So every transaction, so leaders look every transaction, every, so transformation means totally change things. We need to be like, here we can divide our discussion, realize influence. So include having a vision. So if you have a sense of missions, if we need to be inspiring follower, individual can concentrate, we can look around, include the delegating to the followers your powers, intellectually stimulating, you have intellectual skill and ability, we have a creativity, we are creative, we are innovative, inspirational, so we inspire others. So that's we need to be, that side of the leadership style is come under the transactional and transformational, which totally change. So leader can change, leader can bring the change in the organization. So we need to look around those leadership styles. So we discuss, yes, transformational, transactional, situational. What about fire? It's mean the leaders don't have any particular style. Leaders can change the style according to the situation. So this fire's mean is leadership style can be changed according to the situation. So when the situations change, your leadership style can be changed. So we have one case study is quite good to read. In the UK, we have a company called Enterprise Rent a Car using range of management style to lead the business. So how we can, as a leader, leadership and management, what is the difference? Management involved in the control organization to get something done and the course of business, and the manager use different skills, and the leaders, however the business to excel, leader is a vital. So leader is somebody who set the direction, inspire others. So that's a leader. What the management style? Yes, what's the value? So all being discussed, which we discuss can be participating, autocratic, democratic, different style we can, democratic style, sometime, and we can identify the need. So please, it's quite good case study, and this organization, that's why this organization is becoming very successful based on they manage well and they select the leaders, those have ability and they have a skills, all these. So please, I'll send you this case study. It's quite good to read. Okay, so next now, so sometimes leaders don't have a specific style. Leaders can be alternative version of situational leaders. Sometimes you in between somewhere. You have some participating non-directive coaching, sometimes leadership style of leaders, sometimes your leadership instructing, sometimes delegating. But you need to be some sort of, so no competencies, no confidence can be, and some competencies increasing confidence, readiness level of learners. You need to be look around what sort of the people you're dealing with them. Those are highly competent. If those are competent, you can delegate them, because maybe people are not competent, they run the business or deal on the behalf of you, so you're not supposed to delegate them your power. fully. If you delegate them, maybe they can create a problem for you. So we need to be look around moderate competencies. If the people have a moderate competency, so maybe we can look around different leadership style. So we need to be look around this. You can be participative or coaching style at this stage. So it can be quite mixed, leadership style based on. So what about autocratic? Is mean what are the advantages of autocratic, agnostic, and democratic leadership style? So nothing is a perfect. So your leadership style as a leader can be changed according to the situation. So it's not mean you to keep the leadership style forever. Any question? We all okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, brilliant. I think so. I can hear you now well. Okay, so next now 1.3. So 1.1 was just a discussion about difference between leaders and managers, and we can use some motivational theories, theory X and Y, our scientific school of management, Taylor. So all these theories we can embed in when we'll write assignment. We'll go through each task as well, and then we discuss leadership style in 1.2 assessment criteria. 1.3 assessment criteria basically evaluate the role of leadership in a strategic management in strategies. When we'll make the strategies, strategy means the action plan, where we are, what we want to be achieved. Strategies always need to be linked with the organization objective. The word strategies is derived from the Greek word where we used to be in militaries. What your enemies do, you need to make a strategy. Strategic management, we're looking the long term. Long term are strategies, are action planning for long term perspective. So leaders always not lead for the short period. Leaders always look for the future. Leaders always look in the long term perspective. Maybe managers manage day to day task, but the leaders always make the plan for future. So strategic plan is a long term plan. So we need to be look around strategic plan. Do we have a Nokia? Anybody have a Nokia?
No, in the past.
Oh, why not Nokia anymore?
Yeah, because it's a new company in the market. It's a new product, and
So we'll say Nokia is no more innovation. Yes.
yeah, and don't care about any new customers or any
You
new
care about
technology.
new customer.
Yeah, what you customer they need.
Okay, good.
Ah,
Why
yeah,
why think why this happened with Nokia? Because no, we were leader in mobile.
yeah. In the past, because it's a new project in the world, it can be anyone can be used. It's a traditional phone. It's a regular phone for calling only.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays,
So
it's definitely it's all of them. It's a change.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, touch screen and can be used for connect with the internet, and it's very very late Nokia. It's now it's retail, but it's not the same in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely right. Because Nokia used to be world leader before, but
yeah,
one of the CEO of the company,
yeah,
chief executive officer of Nokia, they closed lot of research and development centers. So
yeah,
to save the cost, ultimately what happened? They not managed to launch a new smartphone well in time. So like Apple and Samsung and HTC and various other, they managed to quick. So ultimately, the leaders think about the short-term vision. So short-term, I save the money. Yes, as a company, we have a more profit because I'll cut my costs. So what's happened in the long run as a company, they not manage to innovate. Like think about lot of re-infrastructure is going around in many countries. new building, new roads. It's a costly project. These are. But the leaders always think what is a vision as a future, because we are living in a more global village, so more competitive environment. So we need to look around. So those leaders always think the lead in the long run perspective, strategic perspective, not the short term. Short term maybe we not look like good, but in the long run it can be. So Nokia's focus on the short term, not the long term, not a strategic management perspective. So they look more their daily operational perspective. We can cut the operational cost. So that's we need to be look around as a leader. So is a leaders play a critical role, like is a key example of in term of uh, Nokia as well, huh? Okay. So if you're a leader, so strategic leadership means having ability to anticipate. So if you're a leader, you're supposed to have ability to anticipate what will be happen in future. You prepare and get position for the future. So leaders must be turned in to the signal that provide insight about the needs and the wants of the team members, senior management, suppliers. Such leaders must have inspirational ability to plan, good interpersonal skills, good opportunistic abilities, those can avail the opportunities, ability to solve complicated problem, and good timing, good timekeeping. Who are the strategic leaders are individual upon whom the strategies develop and the change are seen to be dependent. So think about in Apple, iPhone. So Steve Jobs have a inspirational, yes, design the mobile. They plan as the ability to plan, as a good interpersonal skill, involve the team members. Think about the Google. Google is becoming not explorer. So that's why Google is more, because due to the leaders that leads Google is we need to be. So we need to be look around effective leadership in any organization is very crucial, and the leaders need to be ability. So that's a critically evaluate. We can add some examples when we write it. According to Monsberg, he mentioned 10 skills for managers and the leaders need to be. Figure ahead. So we need to look around leaders. Leaders managers relationship. Those have a good relationship. Leaders always good have a liaison abilities with the people. Informational monitor. Quite dismantle in the, pass the information, and need to be spokesperson as a leaders need to be good speaking skill, decisional need to be entrepreneurial skill as well. Always handle if we have any disturbance in the organizations. Leaders always any issues, any conflict, leader try to resolve them, not really accelerate them, try to be cool dual them. So leaders always, so like when we look around the China and US tariff wars now, like trade increasing the tax on their product each other. So we think about the both leaders as a Chinese leader and leaders as the US states leader. So both have a different leadership style. One is saying no problem. When you do, we'll think, we'll see where some may be autocratic, some maybe have a democratic more than, or some say we'll see, the situation and we'll make our style and we'll adopt that style as according to the situation. Some maybe have a lot of negotiator skills and ability. Some maybe just, so that's we need to be look around. So that's all about our LO3, which is learning outcome 3. Any question?
Yeah.
Okay, let's we'll play little bit sort of. It's not a quiz. We can call quiz, but that will help us to develop our understanding. Yeah? So we'll play this. Hope so you can see in a minute. Okay. Can you see now?
Yeah.
Okay, this will go through. Okay, we're looking leadership and management style. So let's go through the first one. Payment by result, price, piece rate might be used by what the style of leadership. So what do you think? What sort of the leadership style this be will be when we'll pay the piece rate or might be used at the payment by the result? So let's it can be what sort of the style you think? Let's we'll pick, it's just a guess really. We'll all explain you as well.
Transformational, maybe.
No. From this, we need to pick.
What you mean? It's
The payment by the result, yes, we make the
yeah.
payment as a result of the piece rate. Piece rate mean if you make more, you get more, yeah?
Yeah.
So what sort of the leadership style this will be?
Authorized. Authorized. The first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
Well done. That's correct. Good. It's called autocratic, authoritative. Yes, you're giving the
Yeah.
authority, yeah?
Yeah.
So what about next? Which of the following refer to the specifically of the leadership rather than management? Which one is the leadership? Leaders, we said, ultimately influence others, yes? Inspiring others. So which one will be option correct, which in term of the leader?
Fourth one. Third one.
No problem. We'll go back up. Okay, what about the following are all the function of the middle level management? Middle, except
Middle.
which one is not?
Setting targets.
Yes, setting targets.
Oh.
So middle level management can set the target, which we'll go through. Which leadership style is most likely encourage slack, laziness in the workplace?
First one.
No problem. We'll go through. Okay, next. Which of these disadvantages of democratic management? Disadvantage. If you are democratic, what are the disadvantage? Decision making. If you're democratic and you're listening, everyone will make the decision quicker. Employees are more loyal to the disadvantage. We're not looking at advantage. If you're a democratic
The
person,
first one. Slower.
well done. That's correct. First one. Okay. Which leadership style suggests that the managers and the leaders should change and adopt their leadership style in different circumstances? In different situation, different leadership style.
Situational.
Will be, or what we call as a leadership
Situational.
situational. Well done. Correct. Yes. Situational leader. Great. Which management style mean that all decisions are made centrally? Everything at the top level. Yes. Is it democratic? Is it authoritative? Is it bureaucratic? What you
Biotic. Third one.
Yes. Okay, we'll go through. We'll recap everything, sir. Which type of managers believe the employees need to be controlled? Is need to be. We discussed theory X and theory Y. Theory X is mean you need to be very autocratic, And theory why is mean the people are motivated through money, through work. Yes, you give them authority. So which one you think? Which type of managers believe implies need to be controlled?
X.
Need to control. Is it theory X or theory Y?
X.
Well done. Okay. Which of these statements best describe delegation? Delegation mean you're giving authority to someone. So which one will think? Authority passed down the hierarchy mean the low level. Management feedback to directors. Staff directors get know each other and the team is created to improve quality. So which option is mean delegate?
The first one.
Well done, correct? Okay. The term shedding whole levels of management is mean delayering. You know, in the management, we have a different organization structure. The top level, low level, yes. So which one we think is meant by? Sometimes we use the word downsizing mean right sizing.
And maybe it's a third one, downsizing.
Okay, delayering. Okay, no problem. We'll go through. We'll recap. Well done. So first was right, yes. Second, we went wrong. Which of the following refers specifically leadership rather than leaders always motivate, inspire.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And the following all function of middle manager except. So deciding strategy of organization they make top level management. Yes, accept.
Level, yeah.
So they decide. So accept, because all others they do middle level. So the word accept, we miss. Okay, so which leadership style is most likely encouraged slack or laziness in meant by wherever, whenever you want to do you feel free, yes? You do what you want according to the situation. So that was there. That was correct. Correct. Yes. So which management style that decisions are made centrally? Authority, yes, because authoritarian at the top level. Centralized, yes. Everything the head office is doing, not giving the power to the local offices. That one. That was correct. Correct. Delayering mean, it's mean reducing the layer, yes. Keeping the more on the top level, your all the control. You're not delegating, right? Okay, so that's all was the quiz. So we'll just a bit now. So today we'll manage to cover our three LOs, one LOs and three assessment criteria. So we learn about understand the principles. We discuss some principle, what is meant by management, what are the leadership, what's our motivation. We discuss key concepts of theory X and Y. We discuss about scientific school of management, which is at the piece rate we should pay. I mentioned you in the slides as well. The difference leadership styles we said. Contemporary, we change the leadership style according to the environment. We discuss transformational, transactional, situational. Our free layers been totally free whenever situations happen. In the middle based on the competencies of your workers, and you adopt the leadership style accordingly. So that's we discuss what is management and the leadership, what is the key difference. We discuss some motivational theory. We link how we can managers create the competitive advantage for our organization. And We discussed 2D X and Y, and then we discussed main approaches of leadership, and then we critically role of leadership in our organization success, and we quoted example of Nokia, and we discussed, what's the sort of skills and ability required as a leaders to be lead in the organizations. So that's all today. Any question?
No, thank you. I have a question when you finish your record because it's for previous